Hello, everyone. News Channel 3 Chief Meteorologist Keith Thompson here with a Facebook Live update, YouTube Live update on a Thursday night. I have to apologize for missing last night. Was having some problems, so I wasn't able to make it last night. I apologize for that. On this Thursday night, though, good news is that, of course, we are knocking on Friday's door. I'm always okay with that. And we have some more weather changes. This has certainly been a bit of an active winter so far. And yesterday was so interesting and textbook lake effect, right? With that north to south consistent flow of cold air. And you know what? That was a reminder, I think, in my opinion, that even though West Michigan, Allegan County, Van Buren County, Kalamazoo County, Chris, hello to you in Coopersville. You should be looking at some snow tomorrow, that's for sure. But even though those West Michigan counties that we're familiar with being in the snow belt will consistently get more lake effect snow, when those snow guns, if you will, turn from north to south, it's South Bend, it's Elkhart, it's Niles in West Michigan, of course, in Berrien County, it's Hammond and Gary, Indiana, and even points south of South Bend. And the reason is the fetch. It's all about the fetch. Sounds like the name of a book or something. But it's all about the fetch. And, whenever we talk about, sorry, I'm going to take a little moment here to go off a little bit about lake effect. Christine, hello to you in Battle Creek. When we think about lake effect snow, in my opinion anyway, you think about Buffalo or Syracuse, New York, or Rochester, New York. I mean, that's the big leagues or of course, coming off Lake Superior, you think about the UP. But here in West Michigan, of course, when we catch lake effect snow, it's a wind that, of course, is coming across Lake Michigan, which is oriented north-south. When you talk about the lake effect snow that, say, is in Buffalo or Rochester or Syracuse or Watertown, New York, that is on a west wind that will be traveling the length of Lake Erie. And so the longer that cold air has over the warmer air, the more the heavier the snow is going to be. So think about a north wind coming down the length of Lake Michigan, aiming at South Bend, aiming at Benton Harbor, maybe curving in just a little bit so it gets Niles. And boom, there you go with those heavy snowfall totals. Niles with 16 inches of snow just yesterday. Pretty wild. Judy, hello to you in Bronson. Carla in West Portage, thanks so much. Yeah, I just wanted to explain that, and I hope everybody appreciates it. It's all about the fetch. And the fetch refers to how long is that cold air going to be over the warmer lake? And again, think about Lake Michigan being oriented north-south versus Lakes Erie and Ontario, which are pretty much west to east. And so where do you have those very heavy snow areas? Erie, Pennsylvania, coming off of Lake Erie. Buffalo, New York. And then moving up off of Lake Ontario, in upstate New York too. So just something to think about. Get out your map and take a look at it, and you'll see what I mean. I know, Joanna, we hardly got a dusting in Kalamazoo, while there was 16 inches of snow in Niles, not too far away. So that was pretty crazy, pretty wild. Let's see, who else do we have here? Jeanette, the nice day today, not bad. Chris says, bring on the snow. You're going to get some. Jim, good evening. Battle Creek will be getting some snow tomorrow, but we are going to have two things at play tomorrow. We've got the system snow and we've got the lake effect snow for tomorrow. And so as I'll show you on the snow map here coming up in just a little bit, each will have a say in how much snow we're going to get. But as you know, with system snow, in this case, we're looking at about 1 to 2 inches area wide. But there's a weather advisory, a winter weather advisory for our lakeshore communities, and a little bit of a twist, Kent County, Newaygo County, because there's anticipated to be some enhancement of these snowfall totals due to a lake effect that's going to come off of a southwest wind pointed northeast. So again, think about it. Lake Michigan, north-south, it's a southwest wind tomorrow that's cold. That's not usual, but in this particular case, the way it's set up around this area of low pressure, it is. And so that's going to be shooting that lake effect snow gun to the northeast. So Allegan County, Ottawa County, and areas especially west of US 131 in Kent County and Newaygo County are going to see a little bit more snow than everybody else. BC, I think you're probably going to be seeing about an inch, maybe 2, but I think that's too much to say that. There you go, Jim. I hope that helps. Hope that answers that. Cold out there tonight for sure, Joanne. Just wait to get to the weekend. And next week, it's going to be really cold. Coldwater State Line, Danny, I don't think you're going to get very much. I don't think you're going to get very much. Ashley, hello to you, and Paw. Mikey, hello to you. Thanks as always for being here on this Thursday. Judy's here in Bronson. What else I got? Dennis from Pennsylvania. Hello to the Keystone State now in Coldwater. Hello to you in Saginaw. What is it? Joe. I'll just go with Joe. How's that? Thanks for being here from Saginaw, from the Thumb area. Pam, good evening to you. Todd, hey, buddy. Hope you're making some money with that white gold out there so far this season. You got 14, Richard, there in the Keystone State. Very cold and blowing snow there. Deb, hello to you in Decatur. Kale is here in East Leroy. Hello. Maybe an inch at most, I think, snow tomorrow. Carla and Schoolcraft, thanks for the share. Mikey, Neil, hello to you. Mr. Kalamazoo in the house. Mr. Kalamazoo, I got your card that you gave me out there in the Meyer parking lot on my bulletin board. That's funny. Andrea, hello to you in Scotts and Anthony area. Drive to the Detroit Auto Show. Should be no problem. Should be no problem. I hope you enjoyed the show. I went, but it was like 20 years ago, but it was awesome. It was awesome. It's definitely worth it. Worth the ticket. Devin, hello to you. Sun felt good today. Wish we had more of it, that's for sure. Jesse in the Berg, maybe an inch. Shalitha, hello to you in Paw. Joanne says ice isn't safe enough to walk on yet. I would agree with that, but we're going to get some major cold coming in here over the weekend and into next week as well. Johnny says waiting for another blizzard of 78. You might be on a lonely bus there waiting for that one, buddy. Matt, hello to you in South Haven. Frida is here in Hopkins. Thanks for checking in. Snow chances rising in KC. Zach, thanks for checking in from the land of barbecue, right? Hello to you in Holland, Salvador. Thanks for being here. Bob in Chesterland got 16 inches of snow over the last 24 hours. That's crazy. 500 school closings there today. Craig, about an inch. I'm going to go over that. Virgie, hello to you in Homer. Driving to Lansing in the morning. You should be all right. All right, let's get to it. We got a lot of people in the room here. So we'll move on to our school day forecast, bus stop forecast for tomorrow. A little bit of light snow in the morning at 20 degrees. I think there's going to be a widespread inch, maybe 2 max, with a little bit more in some targeted lake effect snow areas. Let's get right to it. There you see heading home. All right, here's our winter weather advisory. This from the National Weather Service. Goes into effect in 34 minutes at 10 o'clock, a little on the early side, but it'll develop overnight through 7 a.m. Saturday. So I'm saying this is really predominantly or largely a Friday event. We're looking at 4 to 6 inches possible in the advisory area. You see the counties, Van Buren. Let's go up the lakeshore. Van Buren, Allegan, Ottawa, Muskegon, Oceana. Then we'll go in, and we go 1 county in for Kent County, 1 county in for Newaygo County. And here's why. Looking at some of the snowfall forecasts that I've got for you here, 1 to 2 inches, and that 2 might be a little bit on the liberal side there. But remember, the closer you get to the darker blue on this map, the more likely it'll be closer to 2. And then within that blue zone there, that's where there could be 3, 4, maybe up to 6 inches of snow. And here's why. Let's go hour by hour. We start off at midnight. We've got some snow that's starting to move across the lake. We'll see scattered snow showers in the morning. I don't believe this is going to be necessarily problematic. Now, there could be some slick spots on the roads for your commute in the morning, but I just don't think that this is what's really going to give us the punch. Here's where we get a little bit more. Notice by noon, now we have some widespread snow that's going to be moving in and some colder air that's going to be moving in as well. So our temperatures are going to be starting off, I think, in the upper teens, low 20s. And then I think we're going to be seeing temperatures by noontime at about 30, upper 20s to 30. Now, this is system snow. Okay, this is going to be our system snow coming in here. And I think sort of masked in that system snow, if you picture this counterclockwise flow going around this area of low pressure, it's a clipper. We're getting into our weather classes here. We should just call them our YouTube and Facebook Live weather classes here. So a few things here. First, what is a clipper? Alberta clipper is what really the term comes from. It's a fast-moving area of low pressure usually intensifying as it jets down out of Canada or rides down on the jet out of Canada. In this particular case, it's going to be riding to our north over, let's say, Lake Superior, over the UP. But they move very fast. They're called clippers, by the way, in a reference to those fast sailing ships of the 17th and 18th, maybe 19th centuries, right? Whenever the UK, for example, Great Britain had the powerful navy, and it was those clipper ships. They were fast-moving big ships. Well, this is a fast-moving area of low pressure that's bringing us the widespread snow. Now, wrapping around that in a counterclockwise fashion is going to be some cold air that'll be moving on a southwest wind up into West Michigan. So picture that lake effect snowband orientation going southwest and northeast. And then you see why, for example, Holland and Grand Rapids and Fremont, in Muskegon, let's say, maybe even Allegan, Hastings, sort of in the target area. So then if we go back and take a look, for example, at where we have that advisory and that snow graphic, there you see what we're talking about, right? There's the advisory. Think of that southwest and northeast orientation for the lake effect snow, and that's why it pushes into Kent County and pushes into Newaygo County there, though it's not likely to go much farther than, let's say, US 131, as you'll see on that snowfall map there, snowfall projection map. So as we go hour by hour, when you see these snow showers, oh, I did do that. It's not supposed to do that. When you see these snow showers, well, I guess it's going to do it anyway. When you see them moving through, with the system snow, I think there's going to be sort of embedded, if you will, some of those lake effect snow bands, and that's why the totals will be higher in that advisory area. What do we have going on right now? Just a little bit of light snow, not too much going on. And so we're going to zoom out here to show you. This is part of that system here that'll be bringing us some snow, working it overnight. So that's what we're looking at as we move to the overnight. Let's get to the 7-day here. There you see that we've got the snow showers again tomorrow. They're going to be widespread. We have system snow with some enhancement, some addition to those totals for the advisory area, because we will have some lake effect that's going to be mixing in, if you will, with the system snow. Most of West Michigan, I think, will see maybe an inch or two at the most. However, those advisory areas, and I would say particularly, let's say, central northern Allegan County, Ottawa County, western Kent County, western Newaygo County, Muskegon County, Coopersville there in Ottawa County, we'll be seeing some of those higher amounts with up to 3 to 6 inches possible. I missed a lot of names on that because I was flapping my jaws there. Renee, good evening to you. Ruth, hello. Ron, maybe an inch or so, maybe. I don't even know if we'll see 2, Ron. I think that's probably too much, but light amounts in Three Rivers. Dawn, hello to you. K&M in the house. Good evening to you too. Snow chances are rising in KC. I got it. Okay. At the end of the month. Okay. Well, we're going to keep an eye on the plains just for you, Zach, and you continue to report. You can be our KC bureau chief there. Kyra, hello to you. Jonathan in downtown Hudsonville. Nice place to be. Thanks, Jonathan. You're going to get some out of this. That's for sure. I think you'll get a few inches. Ken, hello to you in Kalamazoo. Thanks for the thanks. More snow. Ugly. Oh, we've got a long way to go, buddy. We have a long way to go there, Timmy. Alicia, good evening to you. Thomas, how cold does the air have to be in order for a whole lake to freeze? It's not necessarily just how cold it has to be, but the consistency. If we're talking about Lake Michigan, it doesn't happen very often. And I don't think it's going to happen this season. I mean, we could have just like a really prolonged cold spell in February, but so far we're not headed that direction. I will tell you this, though, as you look at the 7-day. Tomorrow, that 32, that's the warmest we're going to have probably in about a week, okay? Because our temps go down for Saturday. They go down more for Sunday. And get this, Monday, Tuesday will be the 2 coldest days that we've had so far this season. When I say this season, I'm talking about going back to, let's say, November 1st or whatever. The 2 coldest days easily that we've had. The coldest max temperature that we've had so far is 19 degrees. We had that a couple of times in December. We're going to go well below that Monday, Tuesday. So those will be the coldest days we've had so far this season. Wednesday, Thursday, we start to warm up just a little bit, but I will tell you this, there are indications on the longer range model. You know what I feel about that. We've got to get some consistency going with that. But that next Saturday, a week from Saturday, that would be 10 days out, that it gets even colder. even colder. So we'll have to see how that shakes out. Time to hibernate for sure, Tina. That's right. Wake me up in June or something like that. Barb, very cold and cold. Thanks for being here. I appreciate it, Barb. Candace, hope you keep warm and enjoy your evening as well. Alicia, thanks so much for being here, and I will try to have a great rest of the night. Jesse, hello to you again. Rebecca, roads Wednesday were crazy traveling to Indiana. Oh yeah. Isn't that nuts? 12 to 17 inches, I think, is what it ended up being. South Bend set a record for the date of 12 and a half inches. There's a town called Bourbon, Indiana, and I'd never heard of that before. I think it's about 30 to 45 minutes or so south of South Bend that picked up 15, 16 inches. Niles picked up 16 or so inches of snow. That was pretty crazy. Chris, good evening to you. Skylar, played the hour by hour, 9 p.m. to 9 a.m. All right, I'll go back and do that. Joanne, glad you have some fleece blankets. Oh, I got one like that actually has the heater thing on it. And I got to tell you, I give that thing 3 pushes on the keypad, and then I am out. And I love it. I love summer, but there's nothing like getting up under that warm blanket when it's cold outside. Katie, Monday morning going to work, ugh, for sure. And Tuesday morning and Wednesday morning, double ugh. Kyle, BC area, maybe 2, closer to 1, I think, really. Yeah, I'll get back to that. I'll go back to that in just a few moments. Evelyn, thanks for the thanks. Regina, do I think it'll be an early spring? Way too far out there to know. I don't know. I'll be honest. And nobody else does either, by the way. Let's see. Return the Belt is in the house. Thanks very much. I appreciate that. Thanks for being here. Ready for some more snow. Susan, sounds like I need to double up on the migraine meds. Yeah, I would say so, Susan. This area of low pressure, this clipper, and by the way, the forecast models show that we're going to see 2 or 3 more going over the weekend. 'Tis the season. This is when we have them. So yeah, for those who have headaches that are related to air pressure changes, joint aches, muscle aches, this is not a good time of year. And this is why some folks, if you can escape to points south, you don't have it that much. And so it's not much of a problem. It's not just that it's warmer. It's also that we don't have those up and down barometers like we have here. Let's see who else we have here. Loretta, hello to you. Thanks. And Hastings, hello, heart of Berry County there. Tina, Jack Frost nipping the nose and toes. That's right, and doing some damage. So stay warm for sure. Janet, hello to you. Put another log on the fire. I would definitely put 2 or 3 on there before you go to bed. I hope you have a great weekend too. Thomas, just was wondering because I was going to walk out on the lake, see if maybe tomorrow, but just use some common sense there. I will say this: if you waited until next Monday, then probably a little bit of a better chance. What have we been looking at for high temps? Do I have that data sheet here? I should have that with me, but I don't. Yeah, I'd be very careful, when you head out there, Thomas, if you do. Jeanette, not getting to see everyone's comments on here. Oh, no, you should be. Let's see. Hattie Bell in Decatur. Yeah, there's going to be some more snow in Decatur, but I don't think there's going to be a whole heck of a lot there, Hattie Bell. Mikey, thanks for the thanks. Zach, been to that airport there a long time ago, and it was really nice. Oh, okay, cool. Stacy, I'm doing great. Thanks very much. Dan, Chief Dan in the house. I appreciate it. All right, let me get back to that. I got that request here to go back to the hour by hour. So let's see if we can do that. Will it let me do that? I think it will. Here we go. There it is. All right. So we go forward. There it is. 7 a.m. We've had 1 round of snow moving through. So again, roads could be slick in the morning. We get a bit of a break about 7-ish, but then by noon it comes back in. And then it cycles out by about 5 o'clock. And within that area that we see there from like 8, 9, 10, and 11 o'clock, that's when I think we're also going to have some lake effect that's going to be going southwest to northeast. And that's what's going to be, I think really if you were to draw a line from, let's say, South Haven to Allegan to Grand Rapids, you see that on the map, right? Staying along or west of US 131 once you get to GR and then go west of that and northwest, that's where I think there's going to be some higher snowfall totals. Yes, Phyllis, I would say so too. Ice is still thin. Destin, I sort of agree with you there. Kyle, upper and lower Brace Lake and Marshall was open water today. Wouldn't be surprised. Probably will close up, though, after we have, let's get to this. Let me get to it. Hold on here. Let's get to that 7 day. It's coming up, I think. There it is. After we get past, look at this. I mean, Saturday, Sunday, Monday, Tuesday, with those overnight lows in the single digits to around 10, we'll have some ice thickening up there as well. All right, everybody, I'm going to skate on out of here. I got 9:38 on the clock, 22 minutes away from Arc West, Michigan. I'll see you live there. I'll also have a live report on the Mothership News Channel 3. That's in an hour and 22 minutes at 11 o'clock. Don't forget that I'm on Facebook, WWMT's Keith Thompson, and also on YouTube, Threads, X, and Instagram, at Weatherman Keith, shoot me some snow totals tomorrow if you got some. Don't forget to chime in some picks. We love to see your chime in picks. Jeff Porter, my good buddy, is going to be here tomorrow morning, 4:30 in the morning. He's on the air, 4:30 to 9, and he's got you again at noon. I'll pick you back up at 5, 5:30, and 6. Tomorrow we'll do another Facebook Live tomorrow night, which will be Friday. That'll be tomorrow night at 9 o'clock. A little bit of wind out there, Joe. I think we're looking, I don't think we even have Herbie Kirby status going on. I think we're looking at 10 to 20. So a little bit breezy, but not windy compared to what we've had the last couple of days. I will say this, over the weekend, it'll be a little bit windier. I do think that Saturday, Sunday, Monday will be a little windier. So we'll have a little more blowing snow then as well. Joanne, I hope you have a great night. I'm going to stay warm. Believe me, I'll stay warm. Christine, good night to you. And Janet, appreciate that. And I hope everybody is safe out there tomorrow when you're going to work or school. And remember, it's Friday. Hopefully that puts a smile on your face. It will on mine. All right, everybody, good night. Thanks again for being here. I'll catch up with you again tomorrow.